Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is coming back, whether they like it or not. Once I make sure I just go to my this. I go to say Chelsea has so many substitutes. Bench win matches. We're not talking about the starting 11. Now we have 2 starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about 2. Let my 2 and 3 they come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next season. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Ekbenwe. Don't forget to subscribe. Hello viewers, you are welcome to another wonderful moment of talking football. This is Premier Sports Fan Center and this is our live show. My name remains Ekbenwe. Remember, in Premier Sports Fan Center, here is where we analyze football. We dissect it, we expatiate it, we break it down, bit by bit, minute by minute, the way you will understand it. And remember, we cover all top leagues and all international matches here in Premier League. We just finished the first round of the Premier League matches. Yeah, it's a very important match, the match between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Arsenal was once the top leader of the Premier League, but here they are in second position right now. Will they continue to pressurize Manchester City, or will they continue to postpone the moment Manchester City has been waiting for? A win here will automatically make them to postpone the celebration of Manchester City. But a lose, that means an automatic win for Manchester City. Well, with me in the studio is none but the Yamite himself. I used to call him Yamite. I used to call him Octopus. You know, but he has been disclaiming Octopus. But Austin Stan, you are welcome to the show once again.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Good to be here.
Yeah, this is a match between between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. And 15 minutes away into the first half. And it's still goalless. You know, it is very difficult to beat Nottingham Forest at home. But here, Arsenal has been struggling. What is your thought prior to this match?
Yeah, two teams. The team that needs it more is Nottingham Forest. Because Arsenal, deep down, they will know that they can kiss the Premier League trophy goodbye. But Nottingham Forest still has to fight relegation battles. So that alone is enough motivation. So Nottingham Forest playing at home, and we've seen them at home. They've been a very difficult team to play at home. They defeated Liverpool on this ground. Yeah. They played a draw with Chelsea. And they've gotten some brilliant results from this home ground. So today it won't be an easy game for Arsenal. But let's see how it goes.
Yes, today it will be an easy game for Arsenal. Let us quickly look at the performance of the team. You know, Nottingham Forest in the last 5 matches at home, they won 2 matches, drew 1 and lost 2, but they lost 2 to
to stronger opposition, like Newcastle.
At home or just few.
The last 5 matches.
Last 5 matches, okay.
That's the last 5 matches.
At home.
You understand? At home, you understand? So that means they are contenders when it comes to playing in their own home.
Yeah, they know how to play at home. That was what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
That they know how to get the desired result at home. Not really a free-flowing side, very disciplined. They started the season from the bottom of the table when they were struggling. They bought a whole lot of players, even more than the first team. About 20-something players they bought this season. And, it will take time for them to gel. So, and they are gradually gelling, and they can always get there.
Yeah, they can always get there. The last matches they played, Chelsea, they drew 2-2. Nottingham Forest, Southampton, they won Southampton 4-3. The Brentford defeated them 2-1, and Nottingham Forest defeated Brighton 3-1. Then Liverpool defeated Nottingham also. So they have been a good side so far.
Yeah, they've been a good side.
All right, let us quickly look at the lineup, the tactical formation of both teams here. You can see Arsenal. Let me start with Nottingham Forest. They're playing 4-3-2-1 with Awoniyi as the last man.
Yeah, that has been the go-to man for them this season. And I think he has scored, 8 goals for them so far this season or thereabout. And it's been a not so bad season for him. Because, when you bring in new guys, this is his first season in England. And he has gotten 8 goals. Probably if he gets two more, he gets into the double digit. For a team as low as Nottingham Forest this season. Because Nottingham Forest used to be one of the big teams in England. But, times changed and they went on relegation before they came back last season via playoff. And that's a counter from Nottingham Forest.
And they are moving and moving. He has more opponents. And Awoniyi just stung Arsenal. Talking about the devil and he said, here I am. He showed himself.
Yes.
We're just talking about Awoniyi and he stung Arsenal with a goal. The first goal of the day is coming from the one and only Awoniyi. Wow, what a goal. What a goal. What a shocker. That means he has made his goal 9 now. Yeah. 9 goals and 1 assist.
Yeah. If VAR doesn't do anything, because now when you score a goal, you have to consider.
Yeah, because
now you can score a goal, do 55 back flip and front flip, uppercut flip, and VAR will just say something long. So you need to be very careful. You need to jubilate with care and caution. No, that's a good goal.
No, that's a clean one. It was not off. It was not off. If you look at it, look at the movement. It was like
look at that one.
Look at it. He went to the wing side. He opened.
Yes,
that's the experience of a striker. You understand? That's the experience of a striker. Instead of going forward.
Not really experience. It's movement of a striker.
Wow.
The movement. When you see a midfielder or an attacking player with the ball, you move to space.
Yeah.
So that you can receive the ball in space.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you will not, you will not implicate yourself.
Yeah, now if you won't go near the opponent,
yes.
You give yourself space so that you can receive the ball and do something with the ball.
Yeah.
And that's what gave him the advantage.
Oh, that is a beautiful one. And the goal stands. It is 1-0 in favor of Nottingham Forest against Arsenal at the 20th minute, at the 19th minute. 19th minute. Like you said, that it is Nottingham Forest that is playing for something, but right now as it stands, that Arsenal is not playing for anything.
Yeah, Arsenal, Arteta already apologized, so that means even they've conceded the title to Man City, of which is a really disappointing season for them, playing as good as they have and going to the end of the season without a trophy. That's not a good encouragement for them, but football has happened. They don't have a choice than to move on. The apology is just like medicine after death. To me, it doesn't hold any water. But whichever ways, the apology shows that they have their fans in mind. And you know they have very patient fans.
They are very patient fan. Oh.
Very patient set of fans.
All right, that technical formation for Nottingham Forest is actually paying off. 4-3-2-1. Good one. Let's quickly look at the formation of Arsenal. Arsenal is playing 4-3-3 conventional tactics. And you have Saka, Gabriel Jesus, and Trossard, the forward line. Odegaard, Jorginho, Partey, the midfield. And you have Xhaka, Gabriel, the Kiwo, and White, the last man standing. Ramsdale stand as the goalkeeper. How do you see the selection?
That's the typical formation of Arsenal. A little tweak. Ben White used to play their right back, but surprisingly, Thomas Partey, their number 4, is the one playing their right back today. Because Ben White has been shifted to the midfield. And so it's just something that maybe they just have injury worries in the team with the absence of Saliba, and I think Odin too is injured. And so they just have to have a makeshift just to cover for the moment. So let's just see how they do with it. Maybe they can try to adapt a little with it. Because, injuries has been really doing some things to their defense line. Which explains, to me, I think one of the main reasons why they lost the Premier League title to Man City is the lack of depth in their squad. Especially when they lost Saliba. For me, one of the best defenders in the Premier League this season. So now they lost him. Arsenal was still scoring, but they started conceding massively. They conceded 8 goals. And they conceded 7 goals in 3 matches, which was very awful. So I think it's been a long season for them. And I think they should be doing better than what they did. But football has spoken. Everybody has to regroup and prepare for next season. Because actually, in every football season, there will always be a next season.
Yeah, there will always be a next season. Next season. Let's go back to the drawing board.
Drawing board.
That is the language.
Yes. And
drawing board need the food.
Prepare for next season.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, can you briefly just talk about Awoni? Because if you look at this transfer history, he has moved to so many clubs. He has played, he has gone on loan, he has returned, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that explains him being a Nigerian. A lot of Nigerian players go through that. He took his brilliant performance at Union Berlin last season to attract interest from Nottingham Forest. And Union Berlin is now fast becoming a top side in the Bundesliga, the German league. But, leaving that kind of a team and coming to a newly promoted side in Premier League, that explains the value of the Nigerian player right now. And I think the only Nigerian player that can cover a lot of millions right now should be Victor Osimhen. Others are just in the middle, average amount and up. And maybe that's the real evaluation of their talent, actually. So Nigeria needs to check it. Nigeria needs to go back and go and do the right things from the foundation. Let them catch them young, like Senegal. Look at Senegal. Senegal is a champion. Now they won the Under-17 African Cup of Nations yesterday, defeating Morocco 2-1, coming back from a goal down in the first half. They won the Under-20 earlier this year. They won the CHAN African Cup of Nations for home-based players. They won the African Cup of Nations. They also won the beach soccer African Nations Cup. So they are dominating. Why? Because they went back to the grassroots and they started doing the right things. So you know, God is a rewarder.
Yeah.
He rewards hard work. He rewards the right work, smart job, work. You need to be deliberate about setting standard. You need to be deliberate about discovering talent. Not that you find a talent and you start asking them, who do you know? Who can write a letter? You know, who is influential to you? Who can, you know, raise a hand for you? Who can, stand in gap for you? And all those things. So we actually need to do better. We need to do better. Go back to the grassroots. Set stadiums around the states. Let there be places where young champs can go and just have a feel of football. Then when they feel football, I have talent in this thing. And then you discover talents are plenty. Not only football, set up tennis court, set up sports, basketball courts around. Let people discover a lot of people. Talents alone can be a source of revenue for the nation. That money will come in. And imagine a Premier League player in Nigeria. A club from England wants to buy a player for 10, 20 million from Nigeria Premier League. That money is coming into our economy. And that will do a whole lot of good. So Nigeria should think more in the aspect of going back to the foundation and start breeding up raw talent. Raw talent, not half-baked talent.
All right, not half-baked talent. The match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig is 1-0 in favor of Bayern Munich right now. And as it stands on the table of the Bundesliga, it is Bayern Munich who is 71 points and Borussia Dortmund is 67. Win.
That's if the score stays like that.
Yes, if it stays like that. Because
or if Bayern wins.
If Bayern wins, but if it draws and Bundesliga and Dortmund wins, Dortmund goes on top.
Yeah,
so the Bundesliga is still open because right now, as we're talking, Bayern Munich is playing his 33rd match. They still have 5 matches left.
Not 5, just 1.
Okay, they play 34.
Because in Bundesliga, there are 18 teams. So they have 17 matches to play. Both home and away making 34 matches.
All right, so that's 34. That's just 1 match
to go.
Yeah. But then Borussia Dortmund is having 2 matches to go.
Yeah, because they've not played this weekend.
So,
Borussia Dortmund is playing tomorrow.
So Borussia Dortmund looks better to win the Premier League. The Bundesliga.
Coming into this weekend, Bayern Munich was topping the table with 1 point.
Yeah.
And Bayern Munich and Dortmund has played the same number of games coming into this weekend.
Okay.
So, match day 33 now.
Yes, for
Bayern is already playing their match. If Bayern wins today, they will go 4 points top. 4 points between them and the closest rival, which is Borussia Dortmund. Then, if Dortmund drops point tomorrow, the point gap the Bayern is winning will increase. But if it stays that way, if Dortmund win, it will go back to 1 point.
So a draw today for Bayern Munich is a dangerous.
If Dortmund lose tomorrow, Bayern will officially win the trophy.
And
if Bayern wins today.
And officially, as it stands now, Bayern Munich is leading. Yeah. But if Borussia Dortmund also wins their match, it goes to 70 points too. So it's still open.
Yes.
And if Bayern Munich draw this match today, it is an opportunity for Dortmund. So that is the Bundesliga is still open.
Yes, but still if not for the inconsistency of Dortmund should be the one on top. They had their chance and they went away to play a 1-1 draw. That brought back Bayern Munich to the top of the table. And Bayern has not been the vintage Bayern we used to know. But at least they are still topping the table. And I think next season they should be better with Thomas Tuchel at the helm of affair. You know, Thomas Tuchel has shown to be a very deliberate and very good coach that knows his own aims and knows what to do and when to do it. I was telling somebody earlier that the point he gathered at Chelsea was a huge chunk of the points that kept Chelsea away from relegation this season. The number of games he had already won at the start of the season, the points he has gathered was a huge chunk of the points that got us up to the 42 points that we have right now. So Thomas Tuchel, a proven tactician, even Guardiola said it, one of the few coaches he watches matches to even see something he can learn from.
Wow.
He's a tactician, brilliant coach. You watch out for Bayern next season.
All right, watch out for Bayern next season. A lot of expectation from them. Let's quickly look at the line-up of the two matches we are covering right now. The match between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Let us quickly look at the line-up. The line-up for Nottingham Forest, we have Navas-K, Worrell, yeah. You have Felipe, you have Nakiate, you have Arwe, you have, there is Mangala, Yates, then Lodi, then Gibbs White, Danilo, and Awoni.
Yeah, typical 4-2-3-1 formation where they pack the midfield. They are more of a pragmatic defensive side because, you know, they have to make do with the kind of quality they have. That explains why some people are busy celebrating Guardiola. You look at how much he has with him to spend too. These teams now, they don't have much to spend, so the coaches have to just make do with the talent they have at hand. And they just have to find a playing way to make them gel and achieve good success at the end of the season. So you can see that most of the game they've been defensive. And that explains that with all the money they use in buying players, but you know there's a limit to the kind of quality they can get with the amount of money that is with them. So because they will have in mind too financial fair play. What is giving them advantage to even spend now was the amount they won from the playoff, because this is the team. It is Nottingham Forest that won the last season's playoff, championship playoff.
Wow.
So that gave them enough spending power. So I think that explains why they were able to buy 20-something number of players into their team in this season alone. So they've spent a lot. Let's hope that the money they spent don't go down the drain with them, because if they go on relegation, it will be a fruitless effort.
Now, it will be a fruitless effort. Okay, let me quickly read down the starting lineup of Arsenal. Ramsdale at the goalpost, White D, then Kiwo, Gabriel, Zaka, Odegaard, Jorginho, Thomas Partey, Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Jesus, then Trossard. That is the lineup for Arsenal.
Yeah, typically the normal 4-3-3 way Arsenal will play. But let's just see if they can come back into this game. Because as at the 35th minute of this game, Arsenal is a goal down already. And let's just hope luck.
Oh! Oh, what a miss! That would have been the second chance for Mourinho.
That's an offside. There's a flag for offside. No, one thing about playing the striking role is very important to have position. Space and position. Position yourself where you can receive the ball in a very good play position to make an attempt on goal and score a goal. So, you know, strikers like Awoni, they are not the strikers that face you, give you leg over. They just want positioning like, you know, Van Nistelrooy kind of striker. Even Haaland sometimes too. It's just positioning, just 1-2 touches, and you score the goal. So all you are bought for is to get the goal. So just position yourself. Easy tapping is a goal. A header is a goal. And you can, with one goal, your team can win. They defeated Liverpool on this ground 1-0. Yeah. And the goal was scored by Awoni too. Yeah. So, and it's been very vital for them this season. Especially his positional play. Yeah. They really missed him some weeks that he got injured. And now he's back. And he's been a very good go-to man for them.
Wow. Very okay. Let us quickly look at the statistics, the formation of the match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig. And that, if you look at the Bayern Munich, they are playing 4-1-4-1. 4-1-4-1, that is what Bayern Munich is playing.
Yeah, you know, when you see that kind of formation, you know that Bayern Munich wants to go all attack. And after, if they can get 2-3 goals now, they can switch back. But Bayern, the Bayern we know, we want to dominate play all through. Show you that they are better than you. Look at how emphatic they defeated Borussia Dortmund. 4-0 in the first, I think, 30 or 40 minutes of the game. Before the game later ended, I think 4-1 or 4-2. But the way they emphasize their authority on the Bundesliga, that's the Bayern we used to know. And I think under Thomas Tuchel, they can actually evolve to that Bayern that the whole world used to say they are a force to reckon with in football.
Yeah, and that is gradually dropping, but we cannot say...
That's a good move from Saka.
We can't say that is over. And then let's look at the tactical formation of Red Bull Leipzig. They are playing 4-4-2. 4-4-2 tactical formation.
And more or less, they just want to contain Bayern Munich. We've seen Aston Villa use the kind of formation too that end them a draw at Manfield today. And it's just a typical, the approach of the late 90s and early 2000s, early 20th century, early 2000s in the approach to football, where 4-4-2 was really, really common. Now football is beginning to evolve from there, but depending on the kind of opponent you play. That's why I tend to criticize many managers that just stick with one formation.
Yeah.
Many of the time, I believe the opponent you are playing should play a key role in you deciding the kind of formation you will play. And your game approach will be determined by what you need from the game. There are some games that you just need a draw. You don't want to just go all out. And on our screens, we can see a goal from Atalanta.
Atalanta 2-1.
Atalanta taking the lead 2-1.
At the 52nd minute.
Yeah. And they are in the race for European places in Italian Serie A. They've not been really consistent, but maybe if they can keep this like this, maybe it will be of a... That was a stupid thing to do by the goalkeeper.
Talking about Italian Serie A.
What?
Italy is the only country that has its team in all the European finals.
Yeah, for this season.
For this season, we have to give it to them.
Yeah.
We have Inter Milan, you have Fiorentina, you have Sevilla.
Yeah.
Inter Milan in the Champions League final, Sevilla.
No. Sevilla is not from Italy. Sevilla is from Spain. But
Roma.
Juventus got to the final and Roma.
Roma, Fiorentina, and Inter Milan.
Yes.
Inter Milan in the final of the Champions League, Roma in the final of the Europa League, then the Conference League, Fiorentina in the final of the Conference. So that tells well of them, and I'm very sure they are going to take one out of these three.
That makes sense because you can see there's a fierce competition now in the Serie A.
Yes.
We have had three different winners since the last Italian Serie A Juventus won.
Yeah.
We've had three different winners from Inter to AC Milan and this season Napoli. So that shows how competitive the league is.
Yeah.
And it's good for football, it's good for followership. It makes the league exciting. Not the
Dominance.
I think Juventus won, 9 straight or 8 straight. And that made the Serie A look so boring, like a farmers league, like some people will call it. Farmers league meaning a league whereby one team will just keep dominating. That's the league they call farmers league. It's like a slang that some people use. So when we talk about all these things, we see that Serie A has, and one thing about Serie A lately is that before we used to know Italian football for pragmatic football.
Yeah.
But these times, Serie A, they play very entertaining football. You want to watch Serie A. Even Bundesliga, you want to watch Bundesliga. Exciting kind of football. Football that will keep you at the edge of your seat. Really entertaining. And that's impressive. that means that they've been really working on their craft. And mainly, you need to have something to show before you can get attention of people. And they've been giving people some things to see. You know, in Syria, it's been massive, the followership, the supportership. And you just have to commend them for a job well done. Because there was a time Syria was beginning to go extinct from European football. Now, it seems that they are back, and they are back for good. So, hopefully, since the last team that entered the final of the Champions League, which was Juventus, that Barcelona defeated them in that final. And I think since then, they've been struggling to have another appearance in the final. But now, Inter Milan has done them some good thing, and they're in the final. And I think they just benefited from a good leg of a draw. Because if the draw had won there, all the Italian teams would have been out in the Champions League. Because imagine pairing a Bayern with any Italian team. And pairing a Man City.
You know, when you talk about the Bayern side, because from what you are saying now, it's like you are trying to say the Inter, they were lucky because of the draws.
The draw went in their favor,
because of the draw. But the fact remains that we saw it when Manchester City met Bayern Munich. What happened? What happened? Manchester City beat them blue and black.
Man City. Okay, will you say because Man City defeated Real Madrid blue and black, that means Inter will beat Madrid? Or AC Milan will beat Madrid? No,
it tells you that.
It doesn't tell you.
What it tells you that it's not all about the draw. That
it is more, this season, to me, it is mostly about the draw. Because, okay, for instance, pair Real Madrid with Inter now, pair Man City with AC Milan. Pair them together and see who will lose. Imagine that semi-final pairing is just Man City, Inter, and the Real Madrid, AC Milan. Who would be in the final right now? Why was that semi-final between Madrid and Man City called the final before final? Because in true essence, it is what it is. If not for the draw that favored them, would you be saying that?
But you know, in the Champions League, okay, any team that gets to the quarter-final or the semi-final is a good team. You cannot no longer say it is draw. You can no longer say it is draw that took them to that level.
Sometimes draw can be in your favor. Let's go back to the quarter-final. No, even let's go back to the second round. Okay. Napoli faced who? They faced, I think, Eintracht Frankfurt or thereabouts. Who did AC Milan face? Tottenham, an inconsistent team. Who did Inter face? You get what I'm saying? To the quarterfinals, Napoli faced AC Milan, a familiar foe. They knew each other, they play in the same league, so it's easier to play each other. Inter Milan faced Benfica. Is Benfica really a strong team? Imagine in that quarterfinal, there's even a pairing between Chelsea and AC Milan. Chelsea can defeat AC Milan. So when I'm talking about the draw went in their favor, I'm not trying to be biased or neither take anything away from them. I'm just saying it as it is. Okay. Because if you are looked at, let's reanalyze this fixture, that quarterfinal. Instead of Man City Bayern, we should have Bayern AC Milan, Man City Inter Milan, or Man City Napoli. You understand what I'm saying? Real Madrid and AC Milan or Inter Milan. And what will we have? Will we have them in the final, really?
Okay. But I want to ask you one question now. Will you be surprised if Inter defeats Manchester City in the final?
Of course, it's an upset. That is what they call upset in football. But upset exists because it's just a 90 minutes game. That's why many people will say you can't use knockout competition to judge coaches. It's better to judge them with league football. Because in 90 minutes, Man City can get a red card. Injury to a big player in the team can cause havoc. And a little below average performances from their quality player, a little bad day in the office can change everything. But bad day in 90 minutes should not be a judgment for the quality of a player, because even the best of the best have bad days in the office. Now imagine that Man City have a bad day in the office in the final and Inter wins. Does that mean Inter is now better than Man City? The answer is no.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but we all know that Man City is the favorite.
Yeah, the favorite. But sometimes,
the favorite don't win.
For you to get to the champion, for you to get to the final, I don't want to say it is.
I'm not saying
outrightly by law.
I'm not saying
you must have something in you.
No, don't get me wrong. I've never said it's outrightly by law. They played their way there, but I said they benefited from an easy draw. The draw favored them. It's not as if they preempt it. It's just fate. But the draw favored them. Because if they have had more difficult fixtures going into the final that they are in, they might not have survived.
All right, that is a nice one from the
that's himself. A beautiful goal.
And another goal.
The Norwegian striker. I think the Norwegian striker they have now. This guy is on fire.
That's another goal. The Norwegians are doing wonders everywhere. And if you look at their league, the Norwegians, look at their league, they score so much.
A lot of goals.
A lot of goals. You will see 4-3, 4-1,
yeah,
2-2. Once you play under 2.5, what you get is 1.2 odd, 1.23 odd, 1.39 odd, 1.47 odd.
Yeah,
the odds are very because 2.5 is so common in their league. And that is why you are seeing them exploiting the wall with goals wherever they go.
Yeah, they have guys who can score. That is, Haaland is from Norway.
Haaland is from Norway.
Odegaard is from Norway. Even this guy too, Ojlund, I think he's from Norway too, that has played the center forward for Atalanta this season. And a whole lot of other guys too. And there was a news then that there's this even cousin to like Haaland that's coming up too.
He's a goal scorer too. Goal machine too.
Goal machine. So he seems the goal scoring boot is tilting towards Norway this time. You know, it's God that does the allocation. You know, like I used to tell people, I say, Allah allocation. That it is God that allocates. We don't know. We just give birth to talent. From the day they gave birth to them, they might not know his talent. It's just God alone that says, okay, this thing is in this person. I put it there. So it's not left for people to discover it. So it seems like Norwegian players now have one of the best instincts for scoring goals.
All right. The match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig have come to the end of first half, and I was about reading out the starting line-up of Bayern Munich before some discussion came up. So let me quickly read out the starting line-up. Here we have Soma Y as the goalkeeper. We have Marozo, Pavard, De Ligt, Cancelo, Kimmich, Musiala, Müller, Goretzka, Koeman, and Gnabry. Gnabry was the one who scored the goal against Red Bull Leipzig.
Yeah, they're a good one. They missed their go-to goalkeeper and Manuel Neuer to injury when he went to holiday after the FIFA World Cup. The injury ruled him out of the season, and he's just resuming training at this time. So they had to go and bring Jan Sommer, I think from Borussia Mönchengladbach. And he has been good, but not at the level of Manuel Neuer for them. And that explains why, you know, they've considered a lot of goals this season. Bayern Munich. Some goals that Neuer will not consider on a normal day. Not to take anything from Jan Sommer. Sommer has been a fantastic addition to them, but you know, quality past quality, grade past grade. That doesn't mean grade 80% doesn't mean 70% is bad, but 80% is ahead. That's just what happened. And you know, the formation, it shows that Tuchel is playing a false nine. You know, we all know Tuchel to be a false nine kind of manager. He likes playing false nine a lot, especially when he doesn't have that kind of striker he wants. He goes along with false nine, and that explains why they are 1-0 up already. Good one for them.
But right now, I think the last man, the striker they are hoping on is Gnabry.
Gnabry is the last man.
It's not a striker, but he's the one placed as the last man in the...
Yes, that's what I'm talking about, false nine.
Okay,
that's what they call false nine.
Okay, so it's not the really target.
False nine means the final man that gets to the ball in goal scoring position, you score the goal. So you will see, if you are watching the game, you will notice that sometimes Gnabry will go away from that top man. Another person will stick in, depending on the movement of the game. It's not as if they positioned him permanently. Yeah. It's just like a false nine.
All right. Manchester United got a victory today.
Yeah.
A victory today, and it was a sweet victory. But there is something, there's a record that Ten Hag is breaking, even though a lot of people are not nominating him among the top best manager of the season. But there is something about him. He's the only manager who has scored more goals than every other manager on a debut year in Manchester City. Manchester United. He has won more match in his debut year than any other Manchester United manager, because he has won 38 before. With the one he won today now, it's 39 matches. On a debut year.
That is Manchester United manager.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with linking him to one of the best managers in.
No, I'm talking about his record. I mean, he's already creating record for himself.
He created it for Manchester United and himself, not for Premier League. Yeah. So Premier League is the one that award best coaches, and so it has nothing to do with Premier League. And for me, to whom much is given, much is expected. It was given much. Man, you should not be struggling in fourth position with the kind of quality at his hands. Anthony is 100 million. Jadon Sancho is over 60 million. Bruno Fernandes. You have guys like that. Eriksen. You have guys like that. Do you want to compare with the guys that Newcastle have? And Newcastle is ahead of them in the table. So you can't say that you will rate Ten Hag as one of the best managers in this season. If you look at that list, you consider success based on what you have at hand. And that explains why they nominated the first, second, and I think third managers. And they eluded the fourth one, because you would think that based on this thing he has at hand, he should be doing better than what he is doing. Yes, they are in FA Cup final. League Cup, they won the League Cup. But for me, that's not enough. That's not enough, really. But he's not had a bad season, not to take anything away from him. He's been a good addition. At least he has taken Manchester United from where they were to another level. So now they can even build from there. Sometimes it's not when you just take the job and you just eat success at times. Guardiola too, the first season was a flop. So from the second season he picked up how he made corrections from his error from the first season. Few shocks absorber. The club really spent massively that transfer window. And here they are, home and dry, with 4 Premier League trophies in 6. And that's huge. And this season too, they will be having 5 in 7. That's not bad. So I think Ten Hag can do better based on the quality he has at hand.
All right. In our first section, when we covered the 3 o'clock match, we talked about the best manager. We talked about the best forward. Okay. We talked about the best young player, promising players, but we did not talk about this season. Who has been outstanding when it comes to defense? One of the best defenders in the Premier League.
For me, I will go with Saliba of Arsenal.
You can mention like 3, 4.
I'll go with Saliba. And there's a guy that improved too, Nathan Ake of Man City. He really improved. You can't take anything away from him. And Bourne, the centre back of Newcastle too. The guy improved. So a lot of guys really you can keep mentioning. There's Dunk of Brighton. He stepped up too. He became a leader that is their captain. So they've been doing well too. A lot of guys. Yeah.
All right. We are going to have a short break. Now we'll be back in a moment. We'll be back in a second. When we come back, we have a lot to talk about. We'll also talk about the best midfielders. We'll tell you the substitution bench of Arsenal. There are a lot we have to talk as the match goes on. In a moment, we'll be back. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Arsenal versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name remains Beningwe. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United, they're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
There are two chances, just as you said. Aubameyang was clear to give him the ball that he could have scored. At least he could have given, even if he didn't score, at least give him the ball and have a chance to score. And you will always so selfish, you play the ball out, understand?
Being a Chelsea fan, I was just kind of optimistic that we'll win because we've had a very bad form this season.
Clash of the Titans between the two London rivals, Chelsea versus Arsenal. Already Man City has overtaken Arsenal on the lead of the table with 30 matches played. A win for Arsenal today, Arsenal will automatically overtake Manchester City. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center.
Yeah. Okay. Chelsea is coming back, whether they like it or not. Once I mentioned, I just go to my this account. Chelsea has so many substitutes. Bench win matches. We're not talking about your starting 11. Now we have two starting 11. Anybody can play now. It's not about two. Let my two until they come back. Anybody can. Anybody will collect from Chelsea. Anybody will collect. This season may be awful, but I'm telling you.
Next season. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Leipzig. Don't forget to subscribe. Alpha. It's okay. This is a strong Man U fan. Versus Zurich. A win for both, automatic qualify. A draw, also qualify. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. My name is Leipzig. Please don't forget to subscribe. The teams with the biggest fan zone in the world, Chelsea versus Manchester United. They're about to start their match. And it has been a lot of talking between the fans, Manchester fans and Chelsea fans. Let's go hear what the fans have to say. This is Premier Sports Fan Center. You are welcome back. The matches are heating up, and the second half of the matches just resumed. The match between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal just started. The second half just started, and the match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig also just started. And we started. Yeah, after the first half, yeah. And it is 1-0 against Arsenal. And that goal was scored by Awoni. Awoni scored that goal, and in the match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig, that goal was scored by Gnabry. And let's quickly look at the bench of Arsenal. Whether they have enough players to come and do the damage, to come and equalize and also win.
Oh, wait, why is that defender holding Awoni?
He's holding him now. You know the note of men. The note of men. Do you know how many defenders used to tackle Erling Haaland?
But why is he holding him like that? If
you don't hold him, he will go now.
Oh, that was a beautiful attempt from Verona. Wow. Hit the crossbar. That's sweet.
All right.
Even Nottingham Forest has a free kick now. From that room, he was holding him, trying to caress him.
Wow.
On the field of play. No, now. It's very wrong now.
You don't want to defend that. I know teams like this who are average, they are always good at set piece because it's an opportunity for them. And look at what he did. He crossed that ball and he headed again. Ow!
That was a good chance for Nottingham Forest.
But it's not over yet. They are still with the ball. And then oh! Shit, man.
That was a good block. A shot by Felipe, but he was not precise. He didn't struck the ball at the right spot to for that.
Oh, it was moving off. Oh. If they had scored that goal, we would have said Sokwe Otilo, as we used to say.
It's gone.
It is Sokwe Otilo.
Sokwe Otilo case.
That is a win for Nottingham Forest. They will be saved from relegation.
Yeah. They will be saved home and dry.
Yeah.
They will have to just prepare for next season. And which other team do you want to beat? Then beat the second team, the most competent, the second most competent team in England, according to the table. To do it, it's fantastic.
The manager of Nottingham Forest, I think he has done well so far. That is Cooper.
Yeah.
Cooper. His full name is Steve Cooper.
Steve Cooper. Yes.
Stephen Cooper.
Steve Cooper
has done well.
Yeah. The coach that brought them from relegation. He's been at Nottingham Forest. He was the one who won the playoff for them. And he came to the league, started struggling. They were bottom. But the owners of the club kept faith with him. And I think now it's beginning to pay off. And now they are off the relegation zone. They were bottom before. Now they've been able to rally themselves up. And they've gathered, now they have, I think, about 34 points or thereabout. Yeah. And if they can win today now, they will be guaranteed a place in the Premier League next season. Wow. And that's fantastic.
That is fantastic. Right. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. But it seems like Awoni did not start the season with them.
He started.
They
got him last summer from Union Berlin. Yeah. And since then, he was scoring. Some games he scores, some he doesn't score. And Awoni has been a good addition for them. He has scored 9 goals so far this season. Yeah. That's fantastic. In a below-average team like Nottingham Forest, just coming from relegation, how many services is he getting? And he could still rally himself up. Scored 2 goals against Chelsea. Scored against Liverpool. Now has scored against Arsenal.
That means he has scored against all the big teams.
He scored against big teams this season. Not all of them, but he has scored against the big teams this season. And it's been fantastic. For him, for the level of the club is at, fantastic season he has had.
And so far he has had a yellow card in this match too. A goal and a yellow card.
Yeah. And sometimes you take one for the team.
All right. Let's quickly look at the bench of Nottingham Forest. We have Ayew.
Jordan.
Ayew is here.
Ayew of Ghana.
Yeah, Ayew of Ghana. This is Andre Ayew.
Andre Ayew, yeah.
Andre Ayew is there as that is on the substitution.
And Andre Ayew is now getting to the tail end of his career. And I think he was just brought in for experience sake. For experience. So I think that's a good addition for them.
Yeah, they still have Bolly, you have Dennis, you have Friula, Hennessy, Johnson, Coyote, Surridge, then Tufiolu. That is the bench they have.
Yeah, they brought in a lot of guys. When the club is in crisis, you just want to have a way to get out of the crisis. So they brought in a lot of guys that has at least little or more experience in the Premier League, just to bolster their squad, just to give them a balance, both playing and experience. So, and it has paid off. They have a well-experienced goalkeeper in Keylor Navas too, that has won the Champions League, I think, 4 times with Real Madrid. So they have guys. It was the same Keylor Navas that got to the final with PSG, the 2020 Champions League. So they have guys that have a lot of experience, and it has paid off to some extent. Right now, they've left the bottom of the table. Now, they're actually, I think, they are 18th, they are 16th or thereabouts. And if they can win this game, they can go as high as maybe 15th or thereabouts. So it's a fantastic season so far. From the way they started and where they are going to now. And it's something to greet them and say, patch them on the back and say, well done. You have done well this season. The next season, much is expected from them, because you understand that when you bring in 20-something new players, for them to gel, it will take time. But now they have a whole season to gel already. So next season, the more will be demanded from them.
All right. Right now, as it stands, they are in 16th position with the same point under West Ham. West Ham is having 37 points. Nottingham Forest is having 37 points. That is if they win this match.
Yeah, if they
win this match. If they can, because this Arsenal side, you can't say it is over.
Of course, you can't.
Until it is over.
Of course.
So, but right now, as it stands, they are in 16th position, and top of Everton, Leeds. Top of Everton, which just 17 points above relegation zone. Leeds, Leicester, and Southampton are those on the relegation side. So let us quickly look at the bench of Arsenal. Maybe they have something.
That was a good one.
So the bench of Arsenal here, we have Bandera, Kozia, Duberry, Holdings, Nketiah, Smith-Rowe, Tierney, Torna, Vieira, Welera. That is what they have. Is it a good bench, Mr. Yemite? Is it a good bench for Arsenal?
Yeah,
because like those in the reserve bench, most of their names sound strange to me.
That's when we keep complaining about depth in the squad. They don't have enough depth. And that has explained what has happened to them, why they lost. I keep telling Arsenal fans then, when they were topping the table, I said, this team doesn't have depth. Take away this first team, what will you have? I said, their undoing might be this depth. And it later happened like that. They don't have depth. Once Saliba got injured, they started shipping in goals. And that was their undoing for me, that I see this season. People don't really concentrate on that. When Saliba was there, they were scoring and keeping the back clean. Clean sheet, 1-0, Arsenal will win. Yeah. Because the defense was okay. But when the starting started, when they started falling, they were scoring, but they were conceding. They were scoring, but they were conceding. So because of the error at the back, injury to Saliba, as far as I'm concerned, cost them the Premier League this season.
Wow.
So without having a shock absorber that is even close to Saliba in quality, in defensively, that's what I think cost them this season. Look at them, they ran 2 goals ahead in Liverpool, conceded 2. 2 goals ahead in West Ham, conceded 2. Conceded 3 against relegated now Southampton side. So you can see how much of a damage the defense did to Arsenal towards the end of the season. And the defense that has been one of their biggest strengths from the beginning of the season because of injury to one man. And so that they paid dearly for it. Now, I heard the news a few days ago that the owners of Arsenal, I don't know how true it is, that they are now really willing to break the club record of spending. Why not break that club record in winter and win this Premier League?
It's not about breaking record, just you want to spend money and you begin to buy players unnecessarily. You ask the manager.
Do you know that any player at that point when Arsenal was topping with that 8 point or thereabout, we naturally want to go to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Any quality player. Why? Because he knows that we play well. I have a medal confirmed already. If we can keep it up this way. And they balloned it. You want to bring in defender, you brought in Kiwo. For Roberto Odin that came in for Saliba, didn't do justice to him coming to take his place. So, bunch of the blame must go to that board. They really messed up. They really messed up, as far as I'm concerned. Imagine, Mudryk, it was 5 million difference. That made Chelsea take Mudryk from them. Well, who does that? Look at Man City that you are competing with. They go all out and get the best. 100 million Grealish. Centre back, 70 million. Ake is around 40 or 50 million.
Haaland.
Akanji, Haaland is over 60 million. And you are competing with that kind of a team. And you know that there's every tendency that when you face that team home and away, there's every tendency that you must lose it. So you have to beat the other teams. Sometimes you can avoid the best to be the best. It's all about wisdom. It's all about wisdom. But, no. Honestly, I'm highly disappointed in the Arsenal hierarchy. They didn't do well to support Arteta enough. For me, if I was Arteta, if another big team come for me, I will take my leave. Because you cannot work this hard. And your board members don't support you enough. Supporting has to be enough. If it is not enough, it is not enough. The support, yes, they supported him, but it was not enough. Especially at the defining moment of the season. As winter, when you were topping comfortably.
Yeah.
Even when you bring in guys, you can be rest assured that at least you can still play a draw with Man City. Because it's possible.
Yeah. It's possible.
But look at it now. They've put Arteta in an uncomfortable position whereby he had to be apologizing to the fans. I don't blame Arteta. He has given a lot. I don't blame these guys. You can't give more than what you have. You can't give what you don't have. Then bring in guys that can furnish the squad. When KDB is not playing well, it goes to the bench, another person will come up and play because the squad is robust.
Yeah.
So Arsenal is only Arsenal to blame. For Arsenal hierarchy, mainly to blame for this loss of the Premier League.
All right, let's look at the missing players of Arsenal. Those who are missing. We have El Nemi, he has knock. Martinelli, Gabriel, he has ankle injury. Saliba have back injury. Tomiyasu has knee injury. Then Zinchenko have a calf injury.
Yeah, towards this time of the season, they've played so many number of games. And they were still playing Europa League games. Yeah. So at some point, fatigue and injuries will set in. Yeah. It's only natural. And when those things set in, and you don't have a robust squad, it tells. Yeah. It will tell. Many of the time, it will tell. So that explains why I keep saying it. You have to have a robust squad. You just have to have a robust squad. It's very, very important. You just have to have a robust squad.
Yeah, it is very important. Like you remember when we were the match Manchester City was playing. When we now read the bench, the substitution bench, I think Mr. Doki was here, and Doki said, the depth of the bench can stand another team. That the depth is so rich that he can play another team. Yes. That was Manchester City's depth of squad. You understand? So, and that's what he said. He said the depth of Manchester City's substitution bench can play another team because they were quality people, quality players.
Yes. That explains what I've been saying since. that you need depth. You need depth. You just need depth because it is a marathon of football. That's why when you see athletes going on a marathon race, you don't see them start it like 100 meters. They start slow and keep building momentum. There are times, especially all those mountain races, there are times you collect water, you drink, glucose sometimes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when it comes to marathon of football, you need quality. You need quality. Because when you don't have quality, at a certain stage of season, it will begin to tell. And the only reason Man City took the Premier League from Arsenal this season is depth of quality.
Yeah.
Not just depth of squad alone, you have to have depth in quality.
Yeah.
And that explains it why Arsenal too has successfully lost the Premier League to Man City. Premier League now is not for boys, it's for men. And when you want to win the Premier League, you can't be doing Baba Jebu, being stingy.
Oh, it is getting worse for Bayern Munich. Red Bull Leipzig just equalized against Bayern Munich. So you see the direction. It is becoming difficult. The winner of the Bundesliga is gradually becoming opener and opener every moment. This goal will make a lot of difference in determining who is going to win the Bundesliga. What a game. Let's quickly look at the scorer of that goal, Red Bull Leipzig. The goal came in at the 64th minute. At the 64th minute, that was when the goal came in. And it was Leymar. Leymar who scored that goal against Bayern Munich. Konrad Leymar, a midfielder, age 25 years old. He plays for Red Bull Leipzig, and he was the one who recognized.
Now, that means the Bundesliga is now open again, and anybody can win. Yeah. So it's a Bundesliga that anybody can win right now. And you can't really look down on any team right now. Even some of us, sometimes that have almost ruled out Dortmund. If the result stays this way,
a win for Dortmund is okay.
Dortmund, we just go all out. And we know how Dortmund can be on their day. They can be really, really terrible.
And
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Anything is possible. That's a good one. I hope Bayern Munich come back, because as it stands now, it is so dangerous for them. Okay, I was talking about those missing in action. I just talked about those missing in action for Arsenal, and I saw the quality of those players missing. Because we talk about Martinelli, Gabriel Martinelli, Saliba, Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, they are high quality players. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players. But if you look at the Nottingham Forest side, you also know that more than 10 players, up to 10 players are missing with injuries. Let me quickly read out the names of those missing. We have Biancone, Holbach, Anderson, McKenna, Richards, you have Scarpa, you have Shalvey, Williams, and then Woods Church.
Yeah, you know, if you look at the starting 11 of Arsenal today, you will see that it is Keyword that is playing the left back and Partey playing the right back. Why? Because of injuries, and there's no depth in the squad to fill up. How many defenders are actually injured in Arsenal? Is it up to 4? Now they are struggling to even replace them. You can see what I'm saying, that the board needs to answer a lot of blame. You can't be being stingy and say you want to win the Premier League. You have to do the right thing at the right time. I was saying it then to some Arsenal fans that I know that, see, you need strength in depth. If you want to win the league, and there's a window now, congratulations, you are 10 points, 8 points ahead. As of December, January, sign players, buy players, bring in players. But it was like, oh, we are now, all right. And by now, they've broken another record, longest topping Premier League team without winning the league. They keep breaking the records for the wrong reasons. So they have themselves to blame.
All right, let me quickly read out the statistics of the match between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Ball possession, 81% of ball possession to Arsenal and just 19 to Nottingham Forest, and 19 is winning.
Yeah.
Goal attempt, 8 goal attempts for Arsenal, 3 for Nottingham Forest. Shot on goal, 3 shot on goal for Arsenal and 1 for Nottingham Forest. Shot off goal, 5 for Arsenal, 2 for Nottingham Forest. Corner kick, 6 corner kick for Arsenal.
Oh, that was
3
a good
for
chance
Nottingham
for
Forest.
Nottingham Forest, but Gibbs White couldn't get his shot on target. They really need to score one more goal to seal this victory. Look at mistakes at the back.
A lot of mistakes. Look at that. Look at that.
No. He shouldn't be aiming the right. He should have aimed the second post.
He was so disappointed in himself. He was so disappointed in himself there. If you look at it, he's so disappointed. Let us look at the top scorers of Arsenal. You see Odegaard and Gabriel Martinelli, who is having 15 goals. Saka is having 13 goals. Gabriel Jesus is having 10 goals. And Awoniyi is the highest goal scorer for Nottingham Forest with 9 goals. That is the highest goal scorer, 9 goals.
Yes, he's the striker. How many goals does Nottingham Forest have in them? And he has really done well.
Trossard is having 8 goals. Then Johnson for Nottingham Forest is having 8 goals. Behind 1 goal behind Awoniyi. I think those are the top scorers for this good side. And so far, you have seen the play. Now, what lesson will you like to talk about in this Nottingham Forest? The way they are playing against Arsenal right now. Look at Saka is having the ball, but you can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 people attacking, running after the ball from that right side.
Yes. You know that in this game, Nottingham Forest don't care about ball possession. They only care about winning this game. And that explains what they have been doing so far. They've been defending with their lives. It's already the 69th minute of the game. And all they just need to do is just to defend this one goal. And trust me, Nottingham Forest can defend it.
Nottingham Forest can defend it. Let us quickly go to the Bundesliga. The match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig is gradually winding up because it is the 71st minute into the second half. Let us quickly read out the statistics. Ball possession for Bayern Munich is 58. Then for Red Bull Leipzig is 42. Goal attempt 10 for Leipzig and 11 for Bayern. Shot on goal 5 for Leipzig and 3 for Bayern. Shot off goals 5 for Leipzig and 8 for Bayern. Corner kick 6 corner kicks for Bayern and 1 for Leipzig. Offside 1 offside for Bayern. Goalkeeper save 2 goalkeeper save. The goalkeeper of Leipzig save 2 and the goalkeeper of Bayern Munich save 4. Yellow card, 1 yellow card each. So where is the pressure?
From the safety, the game is balanced. Almost equal attempt. Close goalkeeper saves. And we can say that the game is balanced based on those stats. But we are yet to know who will take home the day, or maybe they will share the spoils. But I know Dortmund will be praying that Bayern Munich should just drop at least 2 points a day so that they can go back to the top of the league table going into the final game of the season. But whichever ways, the football will answer the questions that we, the faithful, has been asking very soon, that who will be the champion of the Bundesliga this season.
All right, the substitution bench of, another chance for, that was so close. Nottingham Forest, another attempt, another goal on shot, but shot off goal. That was a very close one anyway.
That was a foul from Saka. He should be getting a yellow card for that on Taiwo Awoniyi.
Let's see whether the referee will give him the yellow card. And there's a substitution there for Nottingham Forest. Okay, let me quickly look at the reserve bench of Bayern Munich. Blind D is on bench. Sadio Mane, Sarbi, Stanisic, Tel-M, Uriel, then Upamecano. That is the bench. And you see Sadio Mane has been on the bench since the day they had a fight with them.
No, not since that day. He has been, since he came back from injury that prevented him from going to the World Cup. He has not really been a starter. He has not gone back to the money that we used to know.
Oh, there's a penalty against Bayern Munich. There is a penalty against Bayern Munich. It's getting dangerous. It's getting worse for Bayern Munich.
Really did.
If this goal is scored, that means I don't think Bayern Munich will be able to win the Bundesliga.
Yeah. But, well, let's just see what will happen. It's not bad too if Dortmund tend to win the Bundesliga this season. It's not a bad idea. So we'll see. We'll see.
And what did he do? He's about to take the penalty. 1, 2, 3, and it's a goal! Leipzig have just taken the lead against Bayern Munich in this very important encounter. A match decider. Everybody expected Bayern Munich to win this match in front of their fans, in front of their own home. And it is Red Bull Leipzig who have hit Bayern Munich 2, and Bayern Munich is having 1. And this is at the 75th minute. 75th minute, and you just have the last quarter.
Yeah, you know, Leipzig is in a position whereby they really need 3 points in this match because they are fighting for the Champions League spot. So that explains why they've been really serious about this game today and why they've gone all out to win. And advantage Dortmund if they can take advantage. Because, yeah, even Bayern won the league last season. Bayern won the league. So if they lose it this season, they should go and prepare for next season.
So everything now is tilting towards Dortmund.
Yeah,
because
but Dortmund too.
Dortmund is having 67 points. Bayern Munich is having 68 points. Dortmund is having the game in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it
has to do is just if Dortmund can win tomorrow.
Yeah.
If the score ends like this at the Alliance.
No, if Dortmund can win at 2 remaining matches.
Just tomorrow first to top. They will have to first top now before you go into the last round of.
Yeah. So you can see the celebration in the Nottingham Forest Stadium. You can see the old fans. The stadium is red. The stadium is red, and it is the Nottingham Forest fans who are celebrating, who are shouting, who are happy. Their team is leading Arsenal right now in the 75th minute of this encounter. Right, so we were talking. I said, okay, can you just mention some of the best defenders for this season? Okay, you've already mentioned that. Okay, now let's come apart from De Bruyne. Apart from De Bruyne, can you give me like 4 midfielders that can be reckoned with as midfielders of the season?
Yes, there is Gundogan, there is Odegaard, There's Bruno Fernandes, who has created one of the highest chances created this season.
Okay.
Bruno Fernandes. You know, and even Enzo Fernandez coming in January, he has been a shining light even in the dark storms of Chelsea. So there are guys that have done well in the midfield. There is Bruno Guimaraes. Bruno Guimaraes that plays for Newcastle. So they've been fantastic too. And there's McAllister, the Argentine, the FIFA World Cup winner, and so on, just to mention a few. So there has been shining light in the Premier League this season, in the midfield.
All right. Let's now quickly talk about the four wingers of the season. 4 wingers of the season, those who have been outstanding when you talk about wing play of football.
Yeah, we have to talk about Bukayo Saka. Yeah. He's been fantastic. Martinelli has been fantastic too. And there's Bernardo Silva of Man City. We have Isak
of Newcastle.
Of Newcastle that has been playing makeshift. He's a centre forward, but he plays more on the wing now. It's been good too.
That should be a yellow card.
There's Grealish too, that have been pushed to the wing too lately. And there are a lot of other guys too that have been fantastic on the wings. So there are guys that Mitoma too has had above average performance from the wing too. And there are a lot of guys like that, but just to mention a few.
All right. Just to mention a few, that is a very good one. That's a very good one. You look at this attack. It was a rough one, but I wonder why Gabriel was trying to fight. It was not necessary.
It's just frustrating.
And you can see Jorginho coming to hold him, and the referee has just signaled a yellow card against Gabriel. It was unnecessary.
It's just frustrated. It's frustrated. A needless foul.
Yeah.
A needless foul. It's frustration. I think what you see from this Arsenal squad is a team that is disappointed. Yeah. They had high hopes, and it just got dashed in a twinkle of an eye. So it's understandable with their frustration.
And you can see Amoni going out, being substituted there. Look at the move. Look at
how he paced
himself. And if you see this goal, it's not every striker that can score this shot.
Yeah, it was patient.
Because the goalkeeper blocked him with his leg. The other defender also blocked him. But he tipped it a little bit. You understand? He tipped it a little bit.
He put his leg at the right spot.
Yes.
You saw that the defender was trying to clear it. If he hit it at once, they block it.
Yes.
That one kicked it, it bounced it back. Yeah. Then he went in. That's a good technique.
That's why I say it's not all striker that can score that kind of goal.
Goal is instinct.
Yeah. You see, Boli came in, and Awoni is out.
Boli came in for Felipe.
Yeah, Boli came in for Felipe, and who came in for Awoni? Who came in for Awoni? The name is not clear. Let's see, that's a beautiful play.
It is Johnson.
Still moving, the Ghanaian.
The
Ivory Coast, yeah. The Cote d'Ivoire player, yeah.
Sergio Aurier.
Yeah. Just trying to look at the fight Nottingham Forest is giving to Arsenal right now. It's like they are hungrier, they are more determined.
I think the last man got this one. The train was supposed to be in favor of Arsenal. Because I think the ball touched the 8 and went out of.
This is the 80th minute. It's still 1-0 in favor of Nottingham Forest. Arsenal just have 10 minutes to make the difference here. You know, this is what we saw. Like Brighton defeated Arsenal 3-0 in their own home.
Yes.
It's so disappointing.
Of course, very disappointing. But the players are disappointed too.
Oh, you can see a protest for a. What are they protesting for?
I don't know. I think a deadline or something. I think the referee interrupted play.
All right.
So they have to restart.
The referee interrupted that play right now. Let me quickly look at the defense line of Arsenal. The defense line of Arsenal, because right now the ball is out. If you look at this very particular match right now, we have seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yellow cards. 5 yellow cards in this match, and Nottingham Forest, they're having 3 yellow cards, while Arsenal having 2 yellow cards, and those yellow cards, Gabriel Jesus and Gabriel Martinelli, they're having yellow cards.
Both Gabriel.
Yeah, both Gabriels are having yellow cards.
And you know, Nottingham Forest fans are having the fun time of their lives in this stadium today. You know, I think 4 or 5 odd the bookmakers gave Nottingham Forest. It's like it's looking mouth-watering, and it's looking like it's going to come on a day whereby the lower odds like Bayern Munich are trailing. It's just football. Football will speak with its own voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. The defense line of Arsenal, you have in White, Jacob Kiwior, Gabriel, and Xhaka. You know, those days, I know that Kiwior is this black thing used to polish.
That's Kiwi, not Kiwi.
Okay, Kiwi. Okay.
That's Kiwi.
Kiwi. Okay.
Yeah.
I begin to wonder what it means in its own.
You know, the same way they will ask you if you pronounce your name in front of an American, it will sound strange.
It will sound strange.
Though
it's a Poland. It's from Poland. Polish, yeah. A defender, age 23, and Jacob Kiwior. Yeah. You know, and this is one of the defenders that has replaced Saliba, and he has not been fantastic so much.
Yeah, he has not really been fantastic. The referee said goal kick.
Probably he needs more time. He needs more time to gel because. Oh! Red Bull Leipzig, they are making it worse for Bayern Munich. They just hit another goal. And it is 3-1 in favor of Red Bull Leipzig. 3 for Red Bull and 1 for Bayern Munich. What a game.
Wow.
What a game. And that goal was scored. One or 2 of the goals were scored by penalty. The first one, penalty was scored by Nkuku. Then the second penalty was scored by Zobazial. At the 85th minute, what a game for Bayern Munich.
That's why in football, never say never. Never say never. In football, anything can happen. And anything can happen. And this shows that any decision you are going to take as a team, you should be careful. Because, you know, now it's beginning to look more like sacking Nagelsmann.
Yeah.
It's not tending to look like a good thing for Bayern Munich, because they were in 3 competitions trying to balance it up. And now they've lost almost. If Dortmund wins tomorrow, that means they will lose everything. They've lost the cup to Freiburg, Champions League to Man City. And now, the league that they have as their only hope is now sliding away from their hands. So it's just one episode that they don't want to witness again. But I know that they want to be the Bayern that dominates the competition and all, but well, it is one of those things. They will just learn from it and move on, actually.
They will learn from it. They need to learn from it and move on. Actually, Nagelsmann was a good manager, was a good coach,
but not as good as Thomas.
But it was not as a result of bad result. It was an internal crisis, right?
One of it was internal crisis.
Yeah.
And then this is not the Bayern, the vintage Bayern that used to, you know, by March, April, they've already wound up the league and won the league. So that's not the Bayern that has been under Nagelsmann. They just managed to win the league. So when they feel low, but they should have considered the fact that they don't have that Lewandowski figure again. So that will tell too. But hey, it's football. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't.
But do you think Thomas Tuchel can survive Bayern Munich next season?
For me, if they support him, bring in the kind of players he wants, Thomas Tuchel will do good. It's a league that he knows very well. He knows the league very well. He was the former coach of Dortmund, and he won the League Cup for them, the FA Cup, the DFB Poker for Dortmund. Before he had an issue with the hierarchy at Borussia Dortmund that led to his sacking. So I think Thomas Tuchel is capable. If you look at the way he won the league at PSG, he won it clinically in a way that I don't think anybody has won the league before. So,
all right.
So
can you just in a moment just tell me 3 of the worst manager in the Premier League this season?
This season, talking about 3 of the worst, you have to mention Lampard. You have to mention Graham Potter. And, who again?
Oh, is it because you love Chelsea so much?
Not because I love Chelsea so much. It's the reality. Lampard, go and check his winning record over losing record. It's very poor. Graham Potter too. It's Chelsea, to whom much is given, much is expected. Not making do with what he has at Chelsea. So, those 2, you can actually see that. And if I mention the number 3, that would be the coach that they just sacked from Leeds United. Right. I've forgotten his name right now. He considered the highest number of goals in a month from any English Premier League team. So I think if I mention for the season, that would be my 3.
All right. Okay. Can you just give me another 3 worst strikers? The worst strikers
that perform below par.
Yes.
Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, number 1. And looking at it, after Aubameyang,
will you count Weghorst as one of the best strikers? No,
Weghorst too, because your job primarily as a striker is to score, not to assist.
Yeah.
And if I would look closely too, let me see. Then maybe I'll pick. I'm trying to look at a striker that really that we had so much.
Oh, a beautiful chance! Oh,
the referee already blew. It was a foul on Yates.
The referee already blew. And it is the 90th minute. It is the 90th minute in the match between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Let us see how many additional minutes the referee is going to add. And the match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig, it is the 93rd minute. I think the referee added 5 minutes plus 5 minutes in that match. And you can see the joy in the face of the Nottingham Forest fans. They are just shouting and oh, this man, what is he doing?
I think he's checking something.
He's checking something?
Yes. His BP must have been high for most
I thought maybe he's doing African jazz.
Spending like that and looking at your team in bottom of the...
Oh! There's the joy! Oh, what a save by Ramsdale. You know, what a save by Ramsdale. That was a close one. They will have just confirmed the victory with that goal. But the Ramsdale was there to do justice to that. Look at the move. He has 3 defenders with him. He beat 1, beat 2. Still moving. Still going the ball. He beat 3 again, beat 4, beat 5.
The man of the match today should be Gibbs White. I think because
that
he was the one that gave the assist to Taiwo.
Yeah.
He has been a pain in the ass for the Arsenal team. Yeah. 7 minutes additional time in the game between
7 minutes additional time. 7 minutes additional time is a lot of time. It's a lot of time.
Look at this Arsenal team, they've been a shadow of themselves. This is not the Arsenal we used to see earlier this season. They are playing like a team that is psychologically down. They just have to show up to play. That's the kind of thing. That's the way they are playing. Honestly, they've really beaten more than they can chew this season. And a lot of thumbs up should go to them. But to their board, a lot of smacking, a lot of beating, a lot of blame should go to their board.
If you are Arteta, and the board release substantial money to you,
yeah.
You know, sir, will you buy more of a defender or more of a striker?
No, you have to balance it. You have to look
with what they have on ground now. With what they have on ground now, and with your own, will you buy more of a striker or more of a defender?
It's not about more of any wing.
Yeah.
You have to start preseason with them. Look at the level everybody is. Then you begin to pick equal, create equal competition in a team.
Yeah.
When you know that if you are not playing well, another will take your shirt and will play your role very well. So every wing on the field must have at least one equal replacement. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when you have that in a team, you create competition and you see that those players, even on their bad days, they will still want to play because they know that they don't want to lose their starting shirt. So when you create competition in a team, that's what you get. You get players that play even beyond what they can give because they know that anything can happen. And before you know it, they can lose their shirt.
Before you know it, they can lose their shirt. All right. Can you tell me one of the, maybe three of the worst goalkeepers this season?
This season, I'll pick Mendy. Was really performed below expectation.
You always like starting from Chelsea.
No, I don't like starting from Chelsea. That explains why Chelsea is down. When you have underperforming players, it will affect your form. That's how it is.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. And if I would choose to, I'll choose Melie, the goalkeeper of Leeds United.
Okay.
And
the match between
will be goalkeeper of Southampton.
The match between Bayern Munich versus Red Bull Leipzig has just ended. 3-1 in favor of Red Bull Leipzig. Congratulations to Red Bull Leipzig, and they stand comfortably on the third position with this victory.
Yeah, and more promise for Champions League football next season.
Yeah, more promise. They will be in the Champions League next season. I think that one has been confirmed. So you are talking about the worst goalkeepers. Okay, talk about the Southampton goalkeeper.
Yeah, you said that I mentioned 3 and that's the number 3.
All right, that is a good one. That is a good one. So we've talked about because the season is rounding up, so we are gradually knowing the best and the worst.
And the worst.
Yeah, it's rounding up, so that's why we are talking about the best and the worst. So we've talked about some of the best, and right now we are talking about some of the worst. Well, can you tell me one of the best fans? I mean, clubs with the best fans so far in the Premier League.
If you want to talk about the best fans, for me, come rain, come shine, is the Anfield faithfuls.
The Liverpool, yeah. Well, I saw it yesterday. I said, these people are not disappointed. They are hailing Klopp. Jordan Klopp, they are still hailing him with utmost respect.
You will mostly hear them that we never walk alone.
Never walk alone.
And that is a whole lot actually. So you just have to look at it and give it to them. All those kind of shots is dangerous from other guy. He knows how to put it in the right spot. Honestly.
So never walk alone. That's the Liverpool fans.
This is Steve Cooper. He must be praying in his mind and saying, God, don't let them concede. Because actually, if they can win this game, their Premier League status for next season is sealed.
How do you rate the Manchester City's fan? How do you rate the Manchester City's fan?
They are good too, but I just think Anfield faithfuls are better.
All right.
And more loyal. You know, it's hard to know the best fans when you are winning. Everybody. But when you are going through challenges and your fans stand by you, that's where you know a fan.
So like the fans of, what about the fans of Chelsea? Will you congratulate them?
Fans of Chelsea are stayed too, but you know, fans of Liverpool, if you know the history behind the English football, you will know that they are one crazy fans. Like, crazy. Like, they've loved their club to the bone marrow. That's it.
Most especially, even though they are winning or they are losing.
And it's the 97th minute of the game.
Yeah, just some
last
seconds
minute
left.
Of additional time. Let's see if the referee we had. This will be a painful time to concede a goal for Nottingham Forest.
Oh, it will be a painful time.
I know they will do everything. They are playing 10 men behind the ball right now.
Playing 10 men behind the ball. Oh, and you see Arsenal playing from doing everything to equalize this goal. Will it be possible? Oh, what a goalkeeping!
Navas will take that.
What a goalkeeping, and you can see the response from the fans. You can see the response from the owner. They all clapping, they all celebrating that last save by the goalkeeper. You can see Jesus Navas. He has to waste a lot of time there on the floor because he knows.
I think he got injured because he really had to stretch himself to take that ball.
And if not because of that stretch, if not because of that,
there's an Arsenal
player they will have scored.
They might score, he might balloon it too. So
you can see the owner. See, he should blow the final whistle, and he's just waiting for the final whistle. And you can see the manager of Nottingham Forest, Stephen Cooper. You know, he looked like an albino, but he's not. And he just, you know, happy. He's just praying for the referee to blow the final whistle.
What more do you expect from him? That's what they will be praying for. Actually, you just need to see out the remaining minutes of the game. I think he maybe his ribs or something.
Yeah, and
he
you can see another goalkeeper warming up to come and substitute him because that diving, you know, really got him injured. You know, Carlos Navas injured, and who is coming in for him?
And he got injured at a time whereby once they blow the final whistle, Nottingham is guaranteed safety.
Yeah.
So it's inconsequential if he can play next game or not.
And probably after the final whistle, probably we get well.
Yes.
Because some of these players can act drama. You would think they will be out for 10 seasons. Just, and you can see the new goalkeeper wasting time, bouncing the ball around, and
kick the ball very as fast as possible.
And just wasting his time, and the referee can give him a yellow card for that. And that is the final whistle. Congratulations to Stephen Cooper. Congratulations to Nottingham Forest. Congratulations to Awoniyi. And congratulations to all the Nottingham Forest fans. They have crossed the relegation line. That means they will be in the Premier League next season. You can see when he's talking to the camera.
Yeah,
he's talking to the camera. Happy. You're very happy.
His goals didn't go in vain.
Yeah. 9 goals for Awoniyi.
What a beautiful way to end the show for the day.
Wow.
To witness the safety. Look at the happiness and the joy.
And you can see some camera.
Look at the joy. Oh, you can't buy that.
You can't buy that. You have to work for it.
Yeah.
You have to work for it. Oh, you can see the celebration.
They played with their life.
It's like they have won the Champions League.
They surrendered possession and they defended. There was a time they were bottom. So if you don't know when they were bottom, you can't understand how they are celebrating. Because they really tried. They really suffered and they did well.
Wow, congratulations. So that's how far we can go. Can you just in 2 minutes summarize this match between Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal and the match between Bayern Munich and Leipzig?
Yeah, bad run for Bayern Munich. They lost today, which might mean that they might not be able to win the competition. And Man City are already champions. Confirmed.
Oh, congratulations to Manchester City. Manchester City has won the 2022-2023 Premier League season. What a way to celebrate.
So congratulations to Man City.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, Guard of Honor by Chelsea.
Yeah.
It will be a terrible game to view for Chelsea fans.
Wow.
But
Nottingham Forest won it for them.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh no. That is a good one. They are in 16th position right now as it stands, Nottingham Forest. That means no, they have crossed that relegation. Even though they lost their
And do you know what? Nottingham Forest has won 2 Champions League.
Yeah.
The Arsenal has not even laid their hand.
Yeah, they won 2 Champions League, and it's something unbelievable. If you tell some people, they hardly believe it. But it was those days. It was those days when football have not actually, when they not started using computer to play football.
Yeah.
Because you use computer to study, you use computer to check people's moves, you use and it was the olden ways of playing football. But now football has been computerized.
So congratulations to Nottingham Forest, congratulations to Man City, and congratulations to Leipzig. Advantage Dortmund. Yeah. So tomorrow we see if Dortmund will take advantage.
Tomorrow we'll see if Dortmund will take advantage. And so that is how far we can go for today. I want to Mr. Sorry for saying Yamite. Yamite the octopus.
I'm not an octopus.
You are not an octopus. You're a human being. All right. Thank you very much for coming to the studio.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a nice day,
and a long day.
And a long day, and in fact, your analysis have been, top notch.
Thank you.
Top notch is not easy. I begin to wonder when you started studying football, because anything we talk about in football, it's like you have already made answer, and that is why a lot of fans say, "Oh, we love hearing Yamite speak because he talks football." Like, he was born with it. For today, that's how far we can go. Thank you for coming to the studio.
Thank you for
And don't forget to join us tomorrow, the big one, the winner of the league, the Manchester City versus Chelsea. Yeah, it's going to be maybe
another celebration from this celebration.
Yeah. They're going to confirm that celebration tomorrow.
Yeah, they've confirmed it.
No, I mean the celebration. They are going to
celebrate.
We are going to see them celebrating
just to pop the champagne.
Yeah, to pop the champagne already.
The Etihad go on fire.
Yeah, Etihad go on fire. The fans have to flag the blue and the white flag. We have to see that tomorrow, and we'll be live here tomorrow by 4 o'clock, right?
Yes, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. We'll be here, right? 4 o'clock. So don't forget to join us. And this is Premier Sport Fan Center. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Just click that subscription button and also click the alarm bell. Just click it so that you can always get you can also get notification whenever we are on. For now, it is bye from us here, and see you tomorrow.